The curse of the Billy Goat is a sports-related curse that was supposedly placed on the Chicago Cubs in 1945 when Billy Goat Tavern owner Billy Sianis was asked to leave a World Series game against the Detroit Tigers at the Cubs' home ballpark of Wrigley Field because his pet goat's odor was bothering other fans. He was outraged and declared, "Them Cubs, they ain't gonna win no more," which has been interpreted to mean that there would never be another World Series game won at Wrigley Field. The Cubs have not won a National League pennant since this incident and have not won a World Series since 1908. Origins of the curse. The exact nature of the curse differs in various accounts of the incident. Some state that Sianis declared that no World Series games would ever again be played at Wrigley Field, while others believe that his ban was on the Cubs appearing in the World Series, making no mention of a specific venue. Sianis' unregistered trademark family claims that he dispatched a telegram to team owner Philip K. Wrigley which read, "You are going to lose this World Series and you are never going to win another World Series again. You are never going to win a World Series again because you insulted my goat." Whatever the truth, the Cubs were up 2-1 in the 1945 series, but ended up losing Game 4, as well as the best-of-7 series, 4-3. The curse was immortalized in newspaper columns over the years, particularly by syndicated columnist Mike Roico, and gained widespread attention during the 2003 postseason when Fox television commentators played it up during the Cubs-Marlins matchup in the 2003 National League Championship Series. Attempts to break the curse. Sam Sianis, nephew of Billy Sianis, has been brought out onto Wrigley Field with a goat multiple times in attempts to break the curse. On opening day in 1984 and 1989, in 1994 to stop a home losing streak, and in 1998 for the wild card play-in game. In 2003, a group of Cubs fans headed to Houston with a Billy Goat named Virgil Homer, and attempted to gain entrance to Minute Maid Park, home of the Astros, division rivals of the Cubs at the time. After they were denied entrance, they unfurled a scroll, read a verse and proclaimed that they were reversing the curse. The Cubs won the division that year and then came within 5 outs of playing in the World Series, but were undone by the Florida Marlins' 8-run rally immediately following the Steve Bartman incident. The Cubs then lost the following game and with it the series further salting the wound. The Astros earned their first World Series berth 2 years later. In another bizarre twist, it was reported that a butchered goat was hung from the Harry Caray's statue on October 3, 2007, to which the Chicago Sun-Times noted, if the prankster intended to reverse the supposed Billy Goat curse with this stunt, it doesn't appear to have worked. While the Cubs did win the NL Central Division title in 2007 and 2008, they were swept in the first round of the postseason in both years, by the Arizona Diamondbacks in 2007 and the Los Angeles Dodgers in 2008. The elimination by Arizona came on October 6, the same date that the goat appeared at Wrigley Field in 1945. The act was repeated before the home opener in 2009, this time a goat's butchered head being hung from the statue. The act was futile as the Cubs were eliminated from postseason contention on September 26, 2009. Cubs fans have also brought in priests that have blessed the field, stadium, and dugout. On April 1, 2011, a social enterprise called Reverse the Curse, dedicated to bringing innovations to poverty by giving goats to families in developing countries, was initiated. The goats provide the family with milk, cheese, and alternative income to help lift them out of poverty. Reverse the Curse has expanded into reversing the curses that affect the world's children in education and obesity. On February 25, 2012, a group of 5 Chicago Cubs fans calling themselves Crack the Curse set out on foot from Mesa, Arizona to Wrigley Field. They brought along a goat named Wrigley whom they believed would be able to break the curse of the Billy Goat upon arrival at Wrigley Field. Additionally, they attempted to raise $100,000 for the Frederick Hutchison Cancer Research Facility. On April 10, 2013, a severed goat's head was delivered to the Cubs in a possible effort to lift the curse on the team. It was addressed to the club's owner Thomas S. Ricketts. Alternative measures to lift the curse, according to 3 interviews with Sam Sianis, William Sianis' nephew, The curse of the Billy Goat can be dispelled only by the Chicago Cubs organizations showing a sincere fondness for goats, allowing them into Wrigley Field because they genuinely want to and not simply for publicity reasons. Former Cubs who won a World Series title elsewhere. Another factor that may play a role in the curse is the number of players who won World Series titles after leaving the Cubs. These players include Andy Pfko, Gene Baker, Smokey Burgess, Don Hoke, Dale Long, Lou Brock, Lou Johnson, Jim Brewer, Mo Drabowski, Don Cardwell, Ken Holtzman, Billy North, Frederick Norman, Bill Madlock, Manny Trillo, Greg Gross, Rick Monday, Bert Houghton, Bruce Sutter, Willie Hernandez, Joe Niekro, Dennis Eckersley, Joe Carter, Greg Maddux, Joe Girardi, Jose Copyright Vizano, Glenn Allen Hill, Luis Gonzalez, Mike Morgan, Mark Grace, Mark Bellhorn, Bill Mueller, Scott Eyre, Tom Gordon, Matt Stairs, Jamie Moyer, Mark DeRosa and Mike Fontenot, Ryan Theriot, and Jel Pauga and, in 2013, Ryan Dempster. Dontrell Willis and John Garland were traded as minor leaguers. Tim Lincecum was originally drafted by the Cubs. Book references: popular fictional character Harry Dresden, Wizard, discovered the true story behind the curse. Author Jim Butcher shared the tale in Curses, included in the short story collection Naked City, Tales of Urban Fantasy by Ellen Datlow, published in 2011. Wizard Dresden discovered the goat at Wrigley Field was actually Gwyn ap Nudd disguised as a goat, and the baseball fanatic king of the Tilliftake issued the curse when he was not allowed to watch the game. See also, Scapegoat, Curse of the Black Sox, Merkel's Boner, references. External links: Jack Bales, The End of the Billy Goat Curse, Why Cubs Fans Should Let It Go, Chicago Side, June 21, 2013. Bales argues that the curse is completely fictitious and was fabricated by Chicago journalists during the 1950s.